Hey, so this video is going to be a tutorial on how to traverse the abyss with, in my opinion, the easiest and most effective ways with all three characters. So we'll start with the Warlock here. The best way with the Warlock is to use the SUNSINGER, and solar grenades are going to be extremely key here for the area of effectiveness. You do want to use the Focus Burst, the Self-Res, and then Arcane Force and Chaos Order to give you the max agility for your character so you can run very quickly. Viking Funeral so your enemies ignite, and Gift of the Sun will give you an extra solar grenade to keep the thrall backed away. But once again, make sure you have solar grenade on. Mina Multi-Tool is definitely the best weapon to use here. It gives you the maxed agility. Any sniper rifle will do. I just have Black Hammer here. And then for the gear, the Sunbreakers are awesome because they increase the duration of your solar grenade. So when you throw your solar grenade down, it will last a lot longer. And I like to have Discipline here so that my solar grenades continuously recharge. But you just come straight out of the gate here, beeline straight to the first light. See if you can grab as much light as possible, just kind of move and circle around with your Mita. And then keep on going when it says Weight of Darkness 0, but you do want to keep your eye on that Weight of Darkness in the bottom left corner of your screen. The goal really is to get it to 0 as much as possible. Now here's an example of the grenades. Just chuck them down at your feet a little bit in front of you. All the thrall will run into it like idiots and they will just die and fall over. And it's a nice way to kind of keep the distance between you and the thrall if things do get a little bit hectic. You also have your flame shield there if things get hectic and you maybe don't have any grenades, but you can give yourself an additional shield. Really what you're doing here is just keep moving around, and you can even circle the lamp. Some people like to do that. I just like to kind of bob, and weave side to side, run up the hill here. And as you do this more and more and more, you'll really get a good feel for which lamps have the greatest distance between them. Like this one, for example, Weight of Darkness 4, Weight of Darkness 5. I was able to keep it under 6 there, but some of the lamps you'll get to 6 or 7, and that's when you really want to save your solar grenades or your flame shield. And the fact with the Warlock that you have Fireborn as well, gives you a little bit of room for error. So if you do get attacked by a bunch of thrall and you're out of grenades or you're out of your flame shield, like I almost died right there, you will have your Fireborn, which definitely will save you. And your super should be accumulated because of all the thrall you're going to kill with these solar grenades right here. And the knights really don't pose that much of a threat either. They can slash you with full health, and you can even be a little wounded, and you can take, up to 2 hits from them and still be okay. So I wouldn't be too concerned about it. If there's no thrall around a light and you're waiting for the darkness to go away, I mean, sometimes I just sit there and let him slash me because he does have a delay in between his sword slashes. And then you're on the final stretch here. Run up this final hill, you can jump this hole here. And, I do say the Mita is the easiest, and it really is. You do not need the Mita, however, to do this. I'm just doing it just because I love the gun. But it's really not too difficult to get. A lot of people do have the Mita, but once again, you do not need it. You can run this with any weapon, really. You can hold a rocket launcher and do the same thing. Grab some light from the final lamp. Run over, activate the plate at the end, and you want to jump up on that little platform there. So, okay, we're going to go with the Titan. With the Titan, I'm just going to do Striker. You can do it with either subclass, it doesn't matter. But I do like the lightning grenades for their area of effectiveness as well. Increased height is very, very, very important. Discharge, and then you want to use both Titan codexes here to give you the max agility and the maxed armor. Headstrong shoulder charge is just nice. It makes you a little bit quicker in the abyss. But once again, Mita, any sniper will do. The gear doesn't really matter for the Titan. But we're heading off here. Same thing as the Warlock, sprint directly to the first light, and then it's going to be a little bit different. You're going to go and veer off to the left here because you want to accumulate some darkness. You'll see Weight of Darkness 6, 7, 8, and then you want to swoop in, grab that light to activate it, and you want to jump up on this first rock and get on top of this rock, stand in the middle and face the point and look at the wall there. And then you want to look at your weight of darkness there, and you may have to go back and watch that a couple times, but it's going to say weight of darkness 2, weight of darkness 1, and then right when it says weight of darkness 1, you kind of want to count to yourself, like 1001, 1002, and on 2 you're going to jump. The whole idea is when your Titan is starting his jump off of the rock, you know, tap tap as fast as you can, the jump button, the weight of darkness will then be disappearing, because as you leave the light, the darkness is going to accumulate on you. So if you time it perfectly where as you're leaving the rock, the weight of darkness 1 is disappearing, so there's nothing on your screen, you will give yourself the maximum amount of time where you don't have any darkness on your character at all. And with the increased height and max agility with a Titan, you should have plenty of force to get up onto that ledge there. You can traverse this too using lightning grenades for AoE, just like the solar grenades for the Warlock, and just do it normally just as easily. Okay, so we're going to move to the Hunter. The Hunter is definitely the easiest character to traverse the Abyss on. BLADEDANCER, you want to make sure that you do have Escape Artist on so you can knife and turn invisible, and these top 3 perks are super key to give you maxed agility, and Stalker so you can also crouch and turn invisible. Meta, as usual, Black Hammer, and you're going to be using the Don't Touch Me, so this is why the Hunter is the easiest. You have the Don't Touch Me's, so if an enemy hits you, you turn invisible. You have Crouch to go invis to turn invisible, and then you have the Escape Artist Blink Strike to turn invisible, so you have so many different ways to turn invis. But the first way is you just want to sprint through this as a Hunter. It is definitely easy. Anytime you accumulate darkness, you should be able to make it to the next lamp within 2 or 3. Wait till the darkness goes away and just blink through here like crazy using the Meta. The Hunter is just so fast that this is ridiculous. The Thrall can't even keep up. You know, there is an easier way to do the Abyss with the Hunter, which you will be seeing in about, 30 seconds or a minute or so. But sometimes I just like to run through as the Hunter with the max agility with the Meta, as you're seeing here. You don't even have to throw a grenade, activate a super, you really shoot anybody the entire time. It's pretty easy. Let's say, for example, you do get in trouble here. Blink Strike, boom, invisible. Made. See ya. Also, you can activate it, your super, and you can have the perk which, when you hit your trigger button, that your character will turn invisible when his super is activated. If you do get in some serious trouble and you are struggling with this, I don't really think you will with the Hunter, but that's another way that you can turn invisible. Also, Patience in Time is another way to turn invisible. When I first started practicing Abyss solos, I would carry around the Patience in Time, and if I got in trouble, I would just aim down sights and slowly crouch walk with the Patience. As you saw there, that was the crouch invis as well, just another way. So really there's 4 or 5 different ways to turn invisible as a Hunter. Grab some light from this final lamp, activate the plate, and jump up onto that same platform. Sometimes that platform might take a little bit of practice to get the timing right. But here's the other way for the Hunter, and this is my personal favorite, but this is also the most difficult to get the hang of. But once you get the hang of it, you're talking lightning fast Abyss runs. Same thing as the Titan. Jump up on this light. Now what you want to do is stand in the middle, look at the corner. I go slightly left a little, and I just look up at this right above the ledge with your cursor, and you want to sprint forward, and right as the weight of darkness 1 is disappearing, you can even do it when your weight of darkness 0, you want to look up above that ledge, double tap your jump as quickly as possible, and blink up onto that platform. This can be one of the most frustrating methods to do the Abyss, But like I said, once you learn to master this method, it's really fast abyss runs here. I mean, you can go through this thing in just slightly over a minute. But I do encourage you to go back, look at that a couple times if you do struggle with it. Really look at the positioning that I was on the rock there. Slightly left of the corner, looking up above the ledge, maybe a little bit slightly to the right at an angle, and just tap as fast as you can your jump button while continuing to look up so you blink up in the air. And then every character is the same once you're on this lamp. You just wait for the ogre to spawn, snipe him 3 times, sometimes he bops around like a little idiot. Black Hammer's not necessary, anything, you can even kill him with Mita, and then you just wait here for the bridge to form. No enemies will fuck with your shit. Once the bridge forms, you run across.